Are you feeling lost and canceled as a parent? You are not alone. Today, I want to talk about this and how to navigate these waters, whether you are canceled as in no contact, or maybe you're just feeling canceled because your adult child doesn't have the relationship with you that you had hoped for. They're both very real situations, and so let's dive into this. Number one thing that I want you to think about is public scrutiny, because I know you've experienced it. So regardless of what your cancellation looks like, I know you are very likely dealing with it or have dealt with some type of public scrutiny. It might be within your family. The families are people within your own world, right? That are judging you or possibly could have done a better job than maybe what you did. And maybe you've been told that. So maybe the Joneses or the Petersons haven't had experiences like you've had. And so you feel very judged. And that is a very real thing, whether it's in life or it's on social media. So I want you to think about that, because we all have dealt with that. And sometimes people talk behind your back, and sometimes they'll have the gall to say things to your face. But regardless, behind your back or to your face, it hurts. And so leave the gossip to them. You don't need those people in your world. And sometimes those are the people closest to you, which is really, really hard. But I want you to make sure that you're keeping the right people in your inner circle. Number two is choice. And this one may seem really obvious to you, but many of you that I talk to are still struggling with literally making the choice of navigating this with integrity and grace for yourself. You are still blaming and having so much shame and guilt over things. Figuring out what in your own life can be changed and improved, that's your job. We need to act upon those things. So being open to communication with your child when they're willing. For some of you, it's been a while. And for some of you, you may have frequent contact, but it might be not healthy. It might be very disrespectful, etc. So I know for me, I had to take a look at my drinking. I had to look at my addiction. I'll be, with the addiction where I would be now versus had I not stopped. I mean, that's night and day. So because I wasn't living in a way that was speaking any truth or positivity in my own world, it was all negative, and that doesn't help anyone. But the negative talk just doesn't stop. And I'm not saying you have an addiction if you're doing that. Some of you might, right? It wasn't something I considered that I had either. But for those of you that are struggling in that way and just trying to navigating all these emotions of, this difficult road with your kids, I do have a struggle to strength course. I'm going to put the link below here, and I want you to take a look at that. It's something you can do on your own time. It's something I created just for you moms that is going to help you navigate this path. Number three is seeking reconciliation and healing. This path is going to look different for each family, and not only each family, but each person within the family. And I want to encourage you to remain open to the possibility of repairing this relationship. Some of you may be feeling like you're throwing your hands in the air and you're just tired of it all. And you're tired of the waiting and what do you do next? And you're tired of trying and not knowing the hour or the day when this is going to happen. When is this reconciliation going to happen? Because I believe it will. I believe the relationships can get better, but you have to do your own work first. Your perspective of things, figuring that how to do that in a healthy way and allow your son or daughter to do the same, because so many times we put these hats that aren't ours on and they don't serve us. We're putting on the hats of everybody else, but we're not taking care of us. And sometimes forgiveness is what needs to happen. And sometimes that's what's stopping you to remember that, hey, just because, you forgive someone doesn't mean that what they did is okay. But forgiving them frees you, not them. And I want you to remember that. And lastly, number four is rejection, because we talked about this a lot, but you need to find a coping strategy. And the biggest coping strategy for rejection and a sense of loss is self-care. and personal growth, those two things together. You need to be able to put your energy and your focus into things that bring you joy. And some of you may not know what that is, and that's okay. You're going to get there. But that needs to be your focus, right? So if you enjoyed this video today on feeling canceled, or maybe you have been canceled, maybe you don't have any contact with your kids, stay tuned for the next one, which is taking back control of your own life. So I wish you the best. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.